मी कुठे पाय बरं दिसते आणि मग
बना
जोगदंडे सर जोगदंडे सर
माइक ऑफ करा.
जोगदंडे सर हॅलो
I request
जोगदंडे
to
सर
everyone, please off the mic as well as the camera. I repeat,
जोगदंडे सर हो.
शरद कॅमेरा ऑफ करा.
उसका वो घूम नहीं रहा है, कल ट्राई किया नहीं है.
आगतम स्वागतम सुस्वागतम. बालाघाट शिक्षण संस्था संचलित कला विज्ञान व वाणिज्य महाविद्यालय नळदुर्ग तसेच यशवंतराव चव्हाण महाविद्यालय तुळजापूर यांच्या संयुक्त विद्यमाने ग्रंथालय शास्त्र व माहितीशास्त्र या विभागाच्या वतीनं एक वेबिनार आयोजित करण्यात आलेला आहे. या वेबिनारचे जे कोऑर्डिनेटर आहेत डॉक्टर सुभाष जोगदंडे नळदुर्ग आणि डॉक्टर अभिजित बावरे तुळजापूर या दोन नवशिक्या किंवा नवनियुक्त आणि युवक असे असलेले दोन्ही ग्रंथपाल या दोघांनी हिरिरीनं भाग घेऊन हे जे वेबिनार आयोजित केलेलं आहे. या वेबिनारची संकल्पना त्यांनी ज्या संस्थेसमोर मांडली, प्राचार्यांसमोर मांडली आणि संस्थेनं तात्काळ मान्यता त्यास दिली आणि ह्या दोघा युवकांकडून एक वेगळी अशी अपेक्षा संस्थेची आहे असं आमच्या नजरेस आलं. या वेबिनारची आपण आतापर्यंतचे सेमिनार पाहिले. या सेमिनारमधून आपण एकत्रित सगळे येत होतो की इंटरॅक्शन्स आपल्या होत होत्या. परंतु आत्ताच्या या सध्याच्या लॉकडाऊनच्या काळामध्ये जे एक अरिष्ट या रूपानं भारतीय समाजावर आज आलेलं आहे, भारतीय म्हणण्यापेक्षा सर्व जगाचेच एक संकट जगावर आज घोंगावत आहे. याचे दृश्य आणि अदृश्य परिणाम अनेक वर्ष आपल्याला दिसणार आहेत. मानवजातीला आतापर्यंत अशी युद्ध माहीत होती, विशेषतः महाराष्ट्राला किंवा भारताला युद्ध हे समोरासमोर येऊन करायची युद्ध माहीत होती. पण आजचा हा शत्रू हा अदृश्य आहे. या अदृश्य शत्रूबरोबर लढताना आपल्याला काही पथ्ये पाळली पाहिजेत. म्हणजे आपण सोशल डिस्टन्सिंग पाळून किंवा घरी राहून वर्क फ्रॉम होम ही कन्सेप्ट सध्या बाहेर येते. तर या दोघांनी ही संकल्पना लक्षात घेऊन हे वेबिनार आयोजित केलेलं आहे. या वेबिनारला महाविद्यालयाचा प्राचार्य म्हणून मी शुभेच्छा देतो. तसेच आज महाराष्ट्र दिन आपण साजरा करत आहोत, कामगार दिन आपण आज साजरा करत आहोत. या कामगार दिनास आणि महाराष्ट्र दिनास मी महाविद्यालयाचा प्राचार्य म्हणून शुभेच्छा देतो आणि यापुढेही असंच या दोघांनी कृतिशील राहून महाविद्यालयाच्या आणि संस्थेच्या कीर्तीस हातभार लावावा अशी मी अपेक्षा या दोघांकडून व्यक्त करतो. धन्यवाद.
Good morning, honorable resource persons and my dear participants. Welcome to this webinar entitled Too Much Information. First of all, I extend my best wishes to all on the occasion of Maharashtra Day. Today, the whole world is witnessing the crucial time due to coronavirus. It is time to stay home and be safe. It is in fact a hidden opportunity for all of us to focus on our skill enhancement and personality development. As an endeavor towards this, our institution has entitled this webinar. Our institution, Balaghat Education Society, was established in June 1971 at Naldurg in Taluka Tuljapur. Initially, the Sanstha did pious work to open the Arts, Science and Commerce College at Naldurg, and then in 1990, Sanstha started a Science College at Tuljapur. Today, our college is situated on its own 13 acres of land with all infrastructural facilities. The students get education up to PG and PhD with well-qualified staff, well-equipped laboratories, indoor and outdoor sports, and support units like NCC and NSS. Today, we have 89 teaching and non-teaching staff educating almost 3,000 students. Institution has well-equipped and managed a library consisting of 59,000 books of various subjects. I take this opportunity to appreciate this unique attempt of our library to enhance the skills and knowledge of people who are locked down due to this pandemic. I hope this webinar will be really helpful to you all. Thank you. Jai Hind. Jai
आणि तो डॉक्टर शशांक सोनवणे यांच्या रूपानं ज्ञानदानाचं पवित्र कार्य करणाऱ्या आईच्या पोटी जन्मास आलेलं हे अत्यंत जिद्दी आणि खोडकर वृत्तीचं मूल मिलिंद विज्ञान महाविद्यालयामधून BSc पदवी संपादन केली. त्यानंतर DBM अर्थात डिप्लोमा इन बिझनेस मॅनेजमेंट त्यांनी डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर कला व वाणिज्य महाविद्यालयामध्ये केलेला आहे. आणि त्यानंतर काय, हा एक प्रश्न त्यांच्या डोळ्यासमोर उभा होता आणि एका अनामिक ओढीनं डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर मराठवाडा विद्यापीठाच्या बिलीव्हला त्यांनी प्रवेश घेतला. पहिले काही दिवस आनंदात गेले, खोडकर वृत्तीत गेले, पण त्यातच डॉक्टर वैष्णव मॅडमचं त्यांच्याकडे लक्ष गेलं आणि या दगडाला, हिऱ्याला एक पैलू पाडण्याचं काम वैष्णव मॅडमने केलेलं आहे. असं म्हटलं जाते की सुप्त शक्तीच्या ताकदीला सकारात्मकतेची दिव्य दृष्टी लाभली की यशाचे नवागण नजरेस पडते. हे सरांच्या बाबतीत तंतोतंत खरे ठरले आणि बघता बघता 1997 मध्ये बिलीव्हला त्यांनी सर्वप्रथम येऊन डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर मराठवाडा विद्यापीठामध्ये सर्वप्रथम येऊन रवी पेंटर राजनगावकर हे सुवर्ण पदक त्यांनी मिळवलेलं आहे. त्यानंतर थोडीशी वेगळी वाटचाल म्हणून केवळ एमलिब न करता एमलिब सारखा एखादा दुसरा कोर्स आपण करावा आणि वैष्णव मॅडमच्या प्रेरणेतून त्यांनी DRTC बंगलोर येथे ADIS साठी पात्रता परीक्षा दिली. योगायोग बघा आणि गुणवत्ता बघा की अख्ख्या महाराष्ट्रामधून केवळ डॉक्टर शशांक सोनवणे सर यांची निवड झाली आणि बघता बघता त्यांनी DRTC ला त्यांनी ऍडमिशन घेतलं आणि दुसऱ्याच वर्षी DRTC चालू असताना त्यांनी नेटची परीक्षा ही उत्तीर्ण केली. त्याचबरोबर DRTC झाल्यानंतर ADIS झाल्यानंतर त्यांनी PhD केलं. डॉक्टर वैष्णव मॅडम यांच्या मार्गदर्शनाखाली त्यांनी PhD थेसिस सबमिट केला आणि विषय सुद्धा थोडासा वेगळा होता. वेबसाइट ऑफ सायंटिफिक एज्युकेशन अँड रिसर्च इन्स्टिट्यूट इन इंडिया हे अनालिटिकल स्टडी डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर मराठवाडा युनिव्हर्सिटी औरंगाबादला त्यांनी सबमिट केला आणि 2007 ला त्यांना PhD मिळालेली आहे. त्याचबरोबर तेव्हापासून तर अनेक ठिकाणी त्यांनी अध्यापनाचं, ज्ञानदानाचं कार्य केलेलं आहे. त्यात उल्लेखनीय कार्य म्हणजे सुरुवातीलाच त्यांनी ओखाळ रिसर्च सेंटर मध्ये त्यांनी लायब्रेरियन ऍट इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स ग्रुप इथे त्यांनी काम केलेलं आहे. रिसर्च सेंटरला ओखाळ रिसर्च सेंटर इथे 1999 पासून तर 2006 पर्यंत. आणि याच्यामध्ये त्यांनी इन हाऊस डेटाबेस डिझाईन अँड डेव्हलपमेंट, बुक अँड पिरियडिकल्स सेक्शन अँड ऑर्डरिंग, कॅटलॉगिंग, क्लासिफिकेशन, सर्क्युलेशन ऑफ लायब्ररी मटेरियल्स, ऑनलाईन information searching and answering reference inquiries, acquisitions of articles, patents, standards, and other monographs as per requirement for the various sources available in India and abroad, providing current awareness services and information search services to the scientists of management, prepared internet sites of informatics and library updations and maintenance. सुंदर काम त्यांनी त्या ठिकाणी केलेलं आहे. त्याचबरोबर रिसर्च असोसिएट म्हणून निकमॅन मध्ये नॅशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन सेंटर फॉर द मॅनेजमेंट इथं सुद्धा त्यांनी काही काम केलेलं आहे. नंतर टीचिंग असिस्टंट म्हणून निसाट मध्ये सुद्धा त्यांनी शॉर्ट टर्म कोर्स डॉक्युमेंटेशन रिसर्च सेंटर आणि ट्रेनिंग सेंटर बंगलोर इथे 18 जानेवारी टू 26 फेब्रुवारी 1999 पर्यंत काम केलेलं आहे. त्यानंतर डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर मराठवाडा विद्यापीठामध्ये त्यांनी कॉन्ट्रीब्युटेड टीचर्स म्हणून लायब्ररी सायन्स डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये काम केलेलं आहे. आणि जवळपास 2006 पासून तर आज तागायत डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर मराठा विद्यापीठामध्ये ते असोसिएट प्रोफेसर म्हणून आज मान सन्मानाने काम करत आहे. खरं तर त्यांची व्यक्तिमत्वाची अनेक पैलू आहेत. त्यांचं एक विशिष्ट गुण म्हणजे त्यांना गाण्याची फार आवड आहे. जवळपास 1000च्या वर त्यांची गाणी आज रेकॉर्ड झालेली आहे. आज सुब्रमण्यम यांच्या आवाजाशी मिळता जुळता त्यांचा आवाज आहे. आणि जवळपास त्यांच्या मार्गदर्शनातून डझनभर विद्यार्थी त्यांची पीएचडी झालेले आहेत. तसेच 2010 मध्ये शिक्षक प्रतिभा पुरस्कार हे त्यांना मिळालेला आहे. त्याचबरोबर नॅशनल इंटरनॅशनल लेवलवरची अनेक पुस्तकं, अनेक कॉन्फरन्स मध्ये, अनेक सेमिनार्स मध्ये सहभाग नोंदवलेला आहे. अनेक ठिकाणी त्यांची भाषणं झालेली आहेत. रिसोर्स पर्सन म्हणून अनेक ठिकाणी अनेक नॅशनल इंटरनॅशनल कॉन्फरन्स मध्ये काम केलेलं आहे. असे विविध गुण बहुगुणी असणारे सरांचं आज आपल्याला मार्गदर्शन लाभणार आहे. मी सोनवणे सरांना विनंती करतो की जास्त वेळ न घेता आपण ही सुंदर संकल्पना या ठिकाणी आपल्या विचारातून प्रगट करावे. डॉक्टर शशांक सोनवणे सर, सरांचं आपण स्वागत करूया. डॉक्टर शशांक सोनवणे सर.
A very warm afternoon to everyone. I know that it is already a lot of late for this particular presentation. A very good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
A very warm afternoon, everyone. I know that it has been already late, and due to some technical problems, it was very difficult to start the session in the early morning session. I won't take you much of the time and will start up with my topic, that is too much of information. Actually, with the quoting of Alvin Toffler, I will start. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And this is what we are, today we are facing the same problem, isn't it? Otherwise, these webinars would have not come into existence. Now, if you look at this particular scenario, we know that we are too much of overloaded with information, and the human being is very much confused with a lot of information what we have today. And every then and now we are pouring and pouring with lot of information that might be from emails, that might be from WhatsApp, and what all not we have the collections. So in this particular overwhelming information age, it is all too easy to be buried, burdened, and burned out with the data overload. Now, if you talk about this particular thing, we come out with two particular terminologies. Nowadays, it is called as a digital native, and the second one is called as a digital immigrants. Let us see what does this particular term means. Now, the digital natives, it means that the person who has born between 1980 and 1994, we called it them as the child or the kids which are born with the golden spoon. People used to call it as a silver spoon, but nowadays it is called as a golden spoon. And the digital immigrants, those are already born before 1980. The difference between this is that the digital immigrants are two hardworking people, okay? And this particular immigrants means that they prefer the face-to-face communication. They are the witness of the trends in the technology, and you will find that they are very much, they find the technology to handle very difficulty, but the digital natives are very fluent in using the technologies. As we know that many of them have already done a course called as an MSc IT course to know that we also are the digital literates, isn't it? But if you see in a day-to-day, everyone's home, you will see that a small kid might be of 4 or 5 months also, he is very much habituated with the mobile technology. He does not need any MSc IT or any crash course to learn the technology. So these are called as the digital natives. And we, generation who started with the MS-DOS and the Windows 3.0 versions, and up to this particular training in the technology, we are the learners, and that is how we call ourselves as digital immigrants. Let us play a particular quiz, okay, to know that whether we are really a digital native or we are digital immigrants. So the first question in my quiz is that, do you check email at least 3 times a day? And the answer is probably yes. Do you Google for information at least 5 times a day? Isn't it? Nowadays, all Babas are gone, and only the one single Baba, that is a Google Baba, is everyone's favorite. And for each and every information, we Google. So do you use a mobile phone for more than one thing? So it's obvious, for more than one thing, we are using mobiles. Have you turned over remembering a technology device? I don't think people can live without a wife, but without a mobile, they cannot live. Do you shop online more than the mall? And the answer will be yes. Do you have a wireless network at home? Yes, that's what we are witnessing today in this particular webinar. Do you text instead of calling? We are very fond of WhatsApp. Do you instant manage? Yes. And then how we come out with the new terminologies, that is www. That is not a World Wide Web nowadays. The new terminology is whatever, whenever, and wherever. So now we don't need a technology which used to be connected with the RJ47 patch card connected with the particular desktop to get internet connectivity. Nowadays, everywhere with the mobile technology, you can access this particular world. Now, with knowing that we have a lot of sources available on the technology and the mobile, you have a lot of access to various resources, but it is very difficult to find out the right resource, that what type of resource can be used for a particular search. And let me take you to our very traditional, very classic theory of our library science, that is the classification of documents. I will take you back to your BLIC classes, isn't it? And here is how Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, C.W. Hanson, and Dennis Grogan has given. Now looking, if we see that how Dr. S. R. Ranganathan has classified documents, so he's classified the documents into 4 categories, that is conventional, neo-conventional, non-conventional, and meta documents. As you know that all the documents which can be easily handled are called as the conventional documents. The documents which are not easy to handle, like the maps or the various charts or the books in a big size, those are called as non-conventional. Then new conventional, it means that the documents which are generated with the help of the new technology. And the meta documents, those are referred as the documents which are generated without human interference. Now, according to C.W. Hansen, he classifies document into 2, that is a primary and a secondary. And Dennis Grogan classifies document into 3, that is primary, secondary, and tertiary. And we know that this Dennis Grogan classification is worldwide accepted. And we will see in our next coming slides. Now, talking about the information sources, we have 2 types of sources, documentary sources and non-documentary sources. Now, let us have a brief introduction of the documentary sources. Now, as I have told you that the Dennis Grogan formula was worldwide accepted, and here it is. The documents are classified into primary, secondary, and tertiary. And if we want to know about what actually the primary documents are, what are the secondary documents, and what are the tertiary documents. So in primary documents, the first is the periodicals. Okay, right from our daily newspaper. Okay, these are called as the periodicals. And we may call it as on serials, we may call it as on journals. Many misspell it, the journals as a generals. Okay, it's not the generals. Those are called as journals. Journals means a scholarly publication. Okay, many again gets confused with journals. They get confused with the magazines also. Okay, magazines and journals, though they are periodicals, but there is a slight difference between a magazine and a journal. Magazines are basically made for entertainment purpose, but the scholarly publication publishes the articles which comes out of a research. Then we have research and technical reports. You people know that many people take the short term or the short or the minor research project or the major research project, and they come out with the reports. Then we come across the conference proceedings. Now there are 2 types of conference proceedings. The one is called as a pre-conference proceeding, and the second one is called as the post-conference proceeding. So whenever we used to go to any of the conferences, and after this particular registration process, you used to get a kit consisting of a conference proceeding. And see that whenever we are getting those conference proceedings, you need not have to present, isn't it, in the conferences. And your article used to be published before presenting the article. So that process is called as a pre-conference proceedings. And the post-conference proceeding means that you have to present your research, you have to present whatever article you have been prepared in front of the panels. They used to discuss, then the suggestions will come, and some again with some minor changes, you have to again publish it. And after the conference proceeding, the conference is completed, the proceeding used to be published, and that is called as a post-conference proceedings. Again, you have patents, and the patents means that again 2 types of patents. These are the very first-hand information, the very primary type of source. You have 2 types of patents. One is the product patent, the second one is the process patent. Product patent is basically for a particular product, for its dimensions, for its design, it's called as an product patent. But for the process patent, it means that for the preparation process of any of the product, that is called as an process patent. For example, if you take an example of Parle G, okay, if you remember from our childhood days, the Parle G tastes the same. So they have a patent of a particular process, that how it has been made. So these are two types of patents. Then you have a standards, basically the international standards, the Indian standards, the British standards, what we call as an ISO, isn't it? Then we have theses and dissertations. Everyone knows that what are the theses and dissertations. Then we have a trade literature, which comes out in a very informative way, and it comes with each and every product if you buy in a market, and you cannot find that particular literature anywhere else. Then you have a laboratory notes, which is basically comes out from the laboratories of the sciences or wherever the laboratory work is taken in those particular subjects. Then you have an official publications. This is a very private circulation type of publications, which publishes the information about a particular organization in a periodical sequence or frequency. Then you have a correspondence, that is a personal files. Yes, this can also be in primary document, because lot of things has come out, like the prince's diaries, then the letter to a daughter from his father, and all this type of things has come out with the correspondence. So it comes under primary documents. Now collecting or combining all these particular documents, compiling the various articles, you come out with a particular source that is called as a secondary document, and which consists of the bibliographies, the indexing and abstracting services, reviews, state-of-the-art reports, monographs, reference books like dictionaries, encyclopedias, handbooks, tables, formulas, etc. And combining this primary and secondary, we come out with the tertiary documents like yearbooks, directories, bibliography of bibliographies, list of research in progress, guide to library organizations, literature, etc. Now, considering all this particular three, the Dennis-Grogan formula fits into this particular thing, and that's how the world has accepted Dennis-Grogan's the classification of documents. Now, coming out with the non-documentary sources, you can see there are three non-documentary sources. One is the invisible college, another is an institutional source, and the third one is the individuals. Now, invisible college, this is what we are witnessing today. The webinar is nothing but an invisible college, where actually this particular generation, the information is generated, and we can utilize this particular information for enhancing our knowledge base. Then second is the institutional sources. Institutional sources means those sources which can be used for a particular, every year this particular institution, they generate information like Caliber, ManLibNet. Okay, these are the institutional sources where the information are generated in a regular basis. Then the third one is the individual, that is an experts, subject experts. And whoever has a difficulty in research problem solving, they go to a particular individual and expert for that particular solution. Then we have a non-book audiovisual material, non-book material, non-printed material, and there is again three categories: non-projected material, projected audiovisual material, and audio material. And we know that in a non-projected, we have a graphic material, we have a 3D graphic material, and then we have a program graphic material. And in which, in graphic material, you have a print cards, charts, flashcards, pictures, and maps. And in a critical graphic, you have a dynamas, you have a globes, you have a models, you have a relief map. And in a program graphic material, you have a series card and you have a series chart. Now, in a projected audiovisual material, you will find still projected and you will find an motional projected. In a still projected, you have a slides, transparencies, and film strips. And in a motional projected, you have films, then video cassettes, then CDs, VCDs, DVDs, and then you have an audio material with records and spools, like gramophone records, audio CDs, and in spools you have an audio cassettes. Now you might be wondering that why this particular I'm talking about, and very people will call it as an obsolescence, isn't it? But we should always know that what are the various type of sources that can be utilized in the generation of information, in the citation of information, and how it can be utilized in a research. Now coming to the web resources, as you know that web is a huge reservoir of information which is filled with billions of documents, and it is highly impossible to search a particular information. And you will find the information sources in the web that can be classified into a number of ways, from personal to institutional web pages, from research and academic information such as reports, course material, etc., and from publications such as books, journals, or databases and digital libraries, etc. And you will again find electronic journals, electronic discussion list forums, Usenet news, data and software archives, email-based information services, library catalogs, web OPACs, online databases. Then you have guide to information sources, you have search engines, you have online chatting, bulletin board services, full text of documents. So whatever we have seen on a particular primary, secondary, tertiary, all those sources are available in the form of a digital or an electronic form which is available on web. Now talking about the type of web resources. We have three types of web resources. One is the open web, second is the gated web, and the third is the invisible web. Open web means anything that can be found freely with search engines. Like you people are very much familiar with the Google. The second one is the gated web, that is online resources which can be accessible only by subscription. And the third is the invisible web, that is the databases which are not found by search engines. You need to have a particular user ID and password, and then only you can visit or you can access this invisible web. Now coming with the electronic information sources which really don't require any internet connection. Is any product that delivers a collection of data, be it in a text referring to full text databases, electronic journals, image collections, other multimedia products, and you will find that e-journals or electronic journals are the major part of the electronic information sources. Again, all type that what I was referring in the information sources like primary sources, databases, e-books, e-journals, reference sources, organizations and people, meta resources, these are available as an e-resources. The maximum utilization of the e-resources is e-journals. These are the exactly mirror print copy of the journal, the printed journal. And those can utilize the technology to offer enhanced functionalities. Now, if you imagine in the previous good old days, I will give the example of chemistry. In chemistry, you have a service called a chemical abstract service, isn't it? Now, this particular service can be accessible only through the electronic media, because in the e-print or an e-version, you can have an accessibility through the databases, but it is highly difficult if you go through an printed journals. You have three types of e-journals: online journals, CD-ROM journals, and network journals. The latter two are nowadays obsolete, and online journals are very much popular in this particular era. What are the advantages? We already know. Speed of access to the latest information. Previously, when we used to work in the library, if we want to have a particular issue of a journal which has been published recently, we have to wait for 2-3 months to get it in a particular place. But nowadays, with the advantage of this electronic and a digital version of the journals, at the moment when the publisher publishes it on the net, you get an access to that particular information. So at least 2-3 months gap has been recovered in this particular e-journal types. you have a quick searching. Previously, we used to browse each and every page to get search and information. But nowadays, if you search for particular information, then you have a searching option in each journal. So that particular, if that word is there, it will directly take you to that particular page. Now, a very beautiful thing is that linking from to the other resources. If you are searching for a particular information, you will have linkings to same type of documents available in that particular journal. And you can download the article to any device. And nowadays you have an ability to implement multimedia elements, just like the chemical structure, the molecular structure, or any such type of things can be added as a multimedia element in the e-journals, which was not there in the printed sources. Only a single plain one-dimensional image used to be there, printed in a printed journal. Now there are a lot of demerits of the e-journals also. If you don't have a computer knowledge, lack of computer knowledge, it is very difficult to handle e-journals, difficult to remember passwords, slow speed of network, lack of citation standards, difficulty to read from the computer, and dependence on electronic equipments, readers' reluctance to accept the e-journal format. Okay, many people don't like e-journal formats. Now, these are a few examples of online journals. Okay, for an example, I have taken the journals and all the examples from the chemistry side. The reason is that in chemistry, you can get a variety of the examples in various categories of sources. And I will come one by one to those sources. Now you have an open access journal. That is a TOJ, Directory of Open Access Journals, and where you can find more than 9,474 journals are available on the Open Access Journal Directory, and you can have direct access to this particular journals. Then you have a Byline International. Again, this particular is a publishing cooperative for quality of research journals published in developing countries, and currently from Bangladesh, Brazil, Chile, China, Colombia, Egypt, Ghana, India, and many countries, this particular Byline International publishes a lot of journals from the biomedical field. There is an example called as an Martindale, the complete drug reference, which is very much useful in the pharma industry. And you will find that around 6,000 drugs and medicines covers in this particular drug reference. Previously, it used to be in a printed form, but nowadays you get it online. Then Merck Index, it is again a very good tool for knowing around 10,000 monographs are there in this particular thing, and it is related with the chemicals and drugs and all the biological things. It covers a lot of things like CAS registry number, chemical formula, the molecular weight, the structural formula, and etc. Thus, another is the ChemDraw. It's a molecular editor which is developed by the David Evans and Stewart Rubinstein, and this helps in drawing the chemical structure of a particular drug or compound. Looks like this, and there are a lot of features available for this particular ChemDraw. Coming to the databases, you have two types of databases. One is the bibliographic database, and another one is called a full text database. Now, let us see one by one. These are online databases called as OVID. The OVID database is used by many health professionals to search large collection of scientific, medical, and technical databases. Then you have a Medline, that is an abstracting service provided by the National Library of Medicine. And you have a PubMed. It's a very popular database, and which have an access to the Medline, the National Library of Medicine. And you have more than 5,600 biomedical journals available in PubMed. It looks like this. So if you type a particular keyword or something, so you will get a lot of information here, and here you will find that it is a bibliographic, but nowadays it comes with the full text of few articles also. Few journals give the full text, and that's how nowadays it is called as a semi, that is not purely full text, but it comes under the semi type of, that is half of the bibliographic and few of them are the full text journals in this particular data. Then let us come to the search engines. We have three types of search engines. Okay, I have given an example of AltaVista, Google, and Docpile. Now, AltaVista is a single search engine, an individual search engine. Google is a directory-based search engine, and Docpile is a meta search engine. What are the specific features of this? The individual search engine has a limited capacity to search the information, and there is a maximum time, there is a chance that you can miss some information. Google is a subject directory search engine. The server creates a database, it searches the web, it creates an index, and it saves on a particular server, and whenever a user searches this thing, it searches first into that particular directory on the server, and within nanoseconds you can see that the results are there on a screen, and that's what it makes a more popular search engine. Here also there is a minimum chance that you can miss information. And Docpile is called as a meta search engine. Meta means many search engines, and what it does is that it allows many search engines to search for a particular term at a particular moment, and when it compiles that particular search results, and the duplications are removed, and that is how you will find that this gives a very precise type of search results, and there is very minimum chance that you can miss information. So I would like to suggest all the researchers that they should use meta search engine, and particularly the Docpile search engine. Then coming to a particular another database that is called as a base. Okay, it is a Bradfield academic search engine. Again, here you won't find any of the advertisements or junk information which can be available in the individual search engine, or might be in the Google, or might be in a Docpile. But this particular search engine is a very unique search engine, and you will see that this particular search, if you enter a particular term, okay, for example, I have typed a liposomal drug delivery, and you will find that there are around 6,706 hits, and in lakhs, in millions, you will find documents are available, and these are all freely available. Okay, if you click on any of this particular search, it will take you to that particular document, and you can easily download that particular document. Index and abstracts, as you know, that these are very essential and very primary type of sources which are useful in any of the research. And for example, I have given an chemical abstracts, I have taken an international pharmaceutical abstract, an STN, and Skyfinder. Now, Skyfinder is basically a bibliographic search engine for chemical information, which is available through American Chemical Society. As I was talking to you, that searching a particular compound or searching a particular chemical information in chemical abstracts, and that too in a printed chemical abstracts, is very much difficult. The persons or the researcher who used to do a chemistry, or a chemist who used to do research in chemistry or in a pharmaceutics, they used to go to NCL, they used to search for that particular information, and they used to take months and months to get an search for that particular research. But nowadays, within seconds, you can get the information with the help of this type of tools. That is a Skyfinder. You have everything. That is the CAS registry, you have a CA plus file, you have a CAS reactions, you have a regulated chemicals, you have a chemical suppliers, and more than 50,000 journal titles are available in this particular database. And you can explore a lot of things using Skyfinder. So if you put this type of thing, and it will give you a lot of information. The second source is the STN, that is Scientific and Technical Network. Again, it is an service of the Chemical Abstract Services of the American Chemical Society. This is not that much user friendly. The Skyfinder is much more user friendly. Now, what actually this STN do is that you need to have an user ID and password for this, and you need to work offline first. Like what particular information you want to search, you have to identify relevant files, and you have to build a particular search query before you log into the STN. Because the STN starts, when you log in, the meter starts in dollars. And when you are online, then you have to log into that particular search engine. You have to conduct an exploratory search. Then you have to evaluate the answer with no cost, and then you have to again refine that particular search. And that's what the chemical ChemDraw was there, because previously you have to prepare the particular, you have to draw a particular chemical structure, and then you have to upload it. If you do it online, the meter starts in dollars. That's what the disadvantage is. That's why you have to work it offline for a particular query, and when you are online, it will give the result. For a particular information of any related chemical information, the minimum cost is $5. But if you are going for a market search, that is for a particular chemistry or the chemical structure, to know the novelty of that particular structure, a particular search will cost you around $350. But if a particular search does not get any of the single hit for a market search, it means that that is a novel compound. And that's how it works in a particular chemical industry. Now, there are a lot of things available with the Scientific and Technical Information Network. This is how the offline one has to use, and that is how you have a lot of things available on the Scientific and Technical Information Network. The second one is the International Pharmaceutical Abstracts. Again, some 850 pharmaceutical journals are available in this, and it starts from its development, that is from 1971. And it covers a lot of things, that is drug reaction, toxicity, investigational drugs, drug evaluations, drug interactions, biopharmaceuticals, pharmaceutics, drug stability, pharmacology, and lot of things it covers up. It has a long coverage for subjects. Again, you have searching facilities here. You can click or you can limit your search with full text or abstracts or language wise. And when you get a particular search, you can have a complete references of that particular drug, and it will take you to that particular journal site. Now, working in a particular research center, you need to know the searching tools for the patent literature, because patents are also the basic primary search, the primary sources. The very good source to get the patent is the Get the Patent. It is owned by the Cartesian Products. It is a full text patent database where you can get the USPTO, the EPO, and the WIPO. It is the US patents, the European patents, and the world patents. And from many countries you can get. This is the site from where you can get the patents. Then next is the ChemWorks. Again, where a chemistry scientist or a chemical scientist can publish their work, and they can collaborate They can have the publications with a particular format of those particular journals. Now, in fact, if you look at this particular figure, you will find that something is horribly wrong in this, isn't it? Now, what is there? I have something interesting for you people. If you look at these two persons, Aaron Swartz and the Alexandria Albeccan, a very young chaps, very enthusiastic kids. What they have done is that just like we have an access to the e-journals through the N-list or might be the Inflibnet, what Aaron did is he downloaded the complete journals available through the campus access of the journals. Very systematically, he downloaded each and every article of each and every journal on his own server. And he started distributing this particular articles to whoever requires it. And this is how, what he used to think is that if the journals or the articles are written by a particular scholarly communication community, it is always funded by the government agencies. And why actually we want to pay for the publication of these particular articles when this particular data or the information is for public? And that is how he started distributing, he started disseminating the articles to freely from his particular server. And when people came to know about this, publishers basically, they filed a complaint against him. And what was the penalty for him is that the fine of $1 million and 35 years of imprisonment was forced to him. And when he was given a parole for 2 days, he was found dead in his apartment. He hanged himself. And but the same thing was carried by Alexandra Albeccan. She carried his particular mission. She started again downloading each and every article of each and every journal, and still she continues, and she has given an access to the scholarly communication through this Sky Hub. Okay, this particular thing is called as a Sky Hub, where you can get each and every article with no cost. Whatever article that might be available in a digital form on the net is available with no cost on Sky Hub. But mind well, whenever you are looking for this particular Sky Hub, it changes the last country code, and you need to, every time you have to know whether it has been shifted or not, because it is in a cloud. And still she has been absconding. She has not been caught by the police, but she has been the most popular person or the most wanted person by the police, and still she continues her work to distribute the information with no cost to all the research community. And what you need to have, you need to know the URL of that particular document. You have to know the PMID. This is with the PubMed, and the DOI of that particular article, which is in a digital form. And you know that the DOI is the unique document identifier. And here it is how you can put the DOI number in this particular key window, and you have to click on the open, and it will take you to that particular journal site without any login ID or any password. And if you click on this particular full text of that particular article, what we are looking for, it will take you to the full text of that particular article, and from here you can download to any of the devices. So with no cost, you can download the information. Whatever charges it might be having, this will overcome to that particular barrier is removed by these two kids, and that's how we get an information. So that's what was about the too much of information. Choosing a particular right information sources is really a task at the hand nowadays. And we know that the digital information resources revolution has set a, without no doubt, but both the compulsions and the advantages of the emerging worldwide digital scenario and the imperatives of this particular internet economy are unlikely to leave the research. And that's how we are witnessing today's webinar. Now, why I have taken a particular examples of only related with the chemical and the pharmaceutical things is that I was working with the Vocat Research Center for more than 7 years, and I found that there are a lot of varieties in this particular subject which can be easily we can make you people understand that these are the various type of categories of the sources from where we can get information. And that is how I thank you all for the patient listening, and stay home, stay safe. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask. Thank you. Thank you, Subhash.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have a questions? So please type in a message box.
Even they can raise their hands.
Yeah, also. Rushali Rane ma'am asking a question, sir, please. LIBN need a skill to provide right information into this.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, listening.
Subhash, make her mic on so that I can listen.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you. Tell me.
Sir, you are talking about Sci-Hub. When we are downloading any article from Sci-Hub, hello,
Yes, I can listen you.
that article from maybe elsewhere of and Taylor or Fancy, if we downloaded the article from Sci-Hub, it will come under the copyright or what it is exactly? Because author has given their copyright to particular publisher. So if
If it
we
is
download it
available,
from there,
whether you see, are you going to use it for a commercial purpose or you are going to use it for
no,
your
only
research purpose?
research purpose. Research purpose.
So whatever research purpose we are using, that comes under the fair use.
But we don't
It comes
have
under a fair
idea.
use, isn't it?
Okay.
When we are using it for an research, it comes under the fair use. So there is no copyright violation in that particular case. But if you are using it for a commercial purpose, then it becomes a copyright violation.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
There is one query, sir.
Yes.
Do you feel there are less resources there for arts and humanities?
Not at all. There are a lot of, as compared with sciences, yes. But you need to know about, because in arts and humanities, there are a lot of subjects, isn't it? So we have to be very particular for each and every subject. And what I feel personally is that going into subject, we can concentrate on the particular research problem so that those particular sources can be identified.
But less number of resources are available, no?
Yeah, that is true. Again, why I was taking an example of sciences is that if you see that there are very less in number of sources like indexes and abstracting services in social sciences. Okay, not that much popular type of sources available, or we don't have that much access to those sources in comparison with the sciences.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. This is Dr. Vishal Gaikwad. And Shashank sir, I'm very fortunate to hear you and your awesome talk on this topic today. Hello.
Yeah, I can listen.
I have some very general query, sort of like we are building our digital library. We are building our digital library now, and the college management is not ready for it is very usual. They're not ready to spend on a proper digital library. Like, okay. So what we have planned, we are having an ERP system, which is an integrated in-house ERP system. And we are having a special module there for ebooks and e-journals, sort of like things. Right? And what I am doing is I am downloading the open access resources from PDF drive and some director of open access journals or something like that, which is available freely on the internet. And I am compiling these articles into my ERP system. Okay, that is an in-house ERP, and it is having limited access only for the people who are working in my institution. Okay. So will the copyright be hampered by this activity? Or see, I'm downloading the free resources and making them available through my ERP system to my own college staff and the students. So whether it is going to hamper the copyright issues, I would like to
No, not at all. Not at all. It won't hamper your copyright because you are using for fair use purpose, and it is not a commercial type what you are doing. You are not selling it, or you are not making it available to a person out of your organization.
Right.
Okay.
Sir,
so it won't violate the copyright.
Okay. Sir, one more thing. If I have subscribed some, suppose some commercial database, suppose EBSCO, we are having 1 year subscription, or we are having Science Direct, something like that, and I'm downloading the articles which are available in that, the PDF forms, I'm downloading that, and the same articles I am making available in my ERP system, in a PDF form.
Okay.
So is that a violation?
No, because you are already been subscribing that particular information. You are paying for that information.
Yes, you're very true, sir. Very true. But we are But the thing is, after 1 year subscription, the subscription will be we will be supposed to be renew the subscription, right? But if we renew that, if we don't renew that, and the same article from that Science Direct or some EBSCO source is available in my ERP, in PDF form. So that might be a violation then?
No, because for that particular time period, you have been taken, or you have been subscribed for that information, isn't it?
Right, sir.
Again, if you are renewing it, it means you are paying for it.
Right, sir.
Okay. And that doesn't violate the Copyright Act. Hello, can you listen to me?
Sir, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, Subhash.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Is there any question? Okay, you can conclude then.
Okay.
Thank you, Subhash, for giving me an opportunity to have a conversation with the LIS community. Thank you very much on behalf of your particular college and Arts, Science and College, Commerce College, Naldurg, Yeshwantrao, Chavan, Mahavidyalaya, Tuljapur. I'm thankful to the management and authority of these colleges for giving me this particular chance to interact with my LIS community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing such a beautiful and important, too much information with us today. Thank you very much, sir. After this, I would like to Dr. Abhijit Babri, sir, to thanks everyone for their time and cooperation. Dr. Abhijit Babri, sir. Dr. Abhijit Babri, sir.
I think Babri sir having a network problem. He live in a very remote area.
Okay, no problem.
So behalf of Babri sir,
Subhash.
yeah, I present a vote of thanks. So I especially thanks to all the participants. He tolerate me in a whole day. Especially thanks to our resource person, Dr. Shashank Sonwane. He's as my guide also. Everyone know, I think, as well as my organization, Balaghat Shikshan Samsthas, secretary, as well as the director, chairmans. Thanks to all, as well as the Anil Lahane sir. Very helpful man.
Thank you.
And all participants, because they are all tolerate me started everyone's day with my toleration. So thank you, all of you. And I declare that this webinar is completed.
क्या बात है. Thank you, Subhash bhai. Thank you for organizing very useful and wonderful webinars.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you once again to
Ajay Kamble sir, Mukhyadal sir, then Golwal sir. Especially thanks to Chavan sir, director of SNDT University.
Dr. Subhash Chavan sir.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Dr. Subhash Chavan sir.
Yes sir. Motewar sir, director Gondwana University. Then Dharmapurikar sir. So a lot of participant is there. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So lastly, I have shown the one PPT here. So please. Not working properly, so it's okay, fine. I will share a video of this webinar to our group as well as the individual also. And if any questions about this webinar, so please contact me personally. And sorry for
certificates.
Yes, certificates also generates today till evening. So everyone got the mail.
Mail, okay. Such a creative and
Thank you, Subhash sir. Thank you, Subhash sir.
for the webinar.
Yeah, thank you, Subhash sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, the organizing committee of this wonderful session and informative session. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
बाय म्हणून दिवस गेलाय का
Bye.
कोण बाई का ललिता ललिता काय